Welcome to Drawn to the Decks, the show where we strip away the stats and the typing to look at the visual logic that makes a Pokemon iconic. And today, we're dissecting the visual DNA of the Pokemon that redefined what a modern legend looks like. The silent shadow of Kalos, Greninja. To get a better understanding of why Greninja became such a global phenomenon, we have to look at the intersection of biology and folklore. This isn't just a ninja frog, it's a masterclass in visual metaphor. Historically, the shinobi were masters of stealth and agility. In Japanese pop culture, there's a long-standing toad magic trope. Legendary ninjas like Jiraiya were often depicted riding or even transforming into giant toads. I see you, Kishimoto. By choosing a frog as the base for a ninja Pokemon, the designers weren't just being creative, they were tapping into a deep-rooted cultural archetype. The genius of this design is how it handles the ninja uniform. Instead of giving it a fabric mask, the designers used its own tongue as a scarf. It's visceral, a bit strange, but incredibly memorable. It serves as a dual purpose. It breaks up the sleekness of the body and adds a rogue flair that feels organic rather than dressed up. This linguistic DNA is just as tight as the art. In English, its name is a blend of the French word for frog, which is, hold on, let me see if I can pronounce this. Grenouille. Okay, let's try that one more time. Run it back. In English, its name is a blend of grenouille, the French word for frog, and ninja. Trust me, it took me a lot of takes to get that pronunciation correct. I don't even know if it is correct, but hopefully it is. French is hard, people. In Japan, it's Gekkoga, a mashup of gecko, the sound of a frog croaking, and koga, a legendary school of ninjutsu. Fun fact, it's also the name of one of the gym leaders back in Generation 1, who was also a ninja. But let's talk about the fundamental appeal. Greninja works because it's built for aerodynamics. This design is built on inverted triangles, wide shoulders tapering down to a narrow waist. This tells your brain speed and agility before you even see it move. Its combat logic is glass cannon personified. Look at those limbs. They are long, thin, and built for leverage. The white bubbles on its joints, known as frubbles, act as a visual texture that breaks up the flat navy blue, hinting at its aquatic nature without needing scales or fins. For many players, that first encounter in Pokémon X and Y was a revelation. In a game that introduced the massive power of Mega Evolution, Greninja managed to steal the spotlight without needing a stone. Seeing it transition from the quirky Froakie to the sleek, 3D animated assassin felt like the franchise finally embracing a faster, more mature era of design. Even its signature move is iconic. A shuriken made of pressurized water, it's the perfect marriage of its ninja theme and water typing. It's clean, it's sharp, and it communicates deadly precision instantly. Although Greninja didn't get a Mega Stone in its debut game, the Pokemon Company couldn't miss an opportunity to give it one 12 years later in Pokemon Legends ZA. Its design remained pretty faithful to its original concept, except this time it's hanging upside down on a giant floating water shuriken. Now for the silhouette test. This is where Greninja truly shines. The head fins create a distinct crown-like profile, but the showstopper of this silhouette is the tongue scarf. It creates a line of action, a trailing visual path that suggests movement even when the Pokemon is standing perfectly still. And you gotta admit, tongue or not, something about scarves just make any design look that much cooler. Let's really dissect the design of Greninja. Is the design too convoluted? Some might argue that the tongue is a bit extra, but it's the anchor of the entire concept. The rest of the body is remarkably clean, almost minimalistic. Those four-pointed stars on its thighs act as a visual brand, reminding you of its ninja roots without needing to wrap the whole character in gear. It's a perfect example of less is more. So let's see how Greninja holds up on our scorecard. First up is silhouette clarity. It's clear, directional, and unmistakable. We're giving this a 10 out of 10. Fundamental appeal. It's sleek, it's modern, and perfectly balanced. Honestly, what else can I say? Another 10 out of 10. Visual detail. A brilliant evolution of the Toad Ninja myth. We're giving this a 9 out of 10. And lastly, cultural longevity. Greninja is one of the few more modern Pokemon that are just as iconic as those from the first 4 generations. We're giving this a 10 out of 10. The math doesn't lie. Greninja's design is so universally loved that it secured the official Pokemon of the Year award on Google back in 2020. crushing the competition with over 140,000 votes. With a near perfect 39 out of 40, Greninja teleports straight to the S tier rank. But I want to hear from you guys. Is the tongue scarf a stroke of genius, or does it make the design a little too weird for your taste? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and also let me know what Pokemon you'd like for me to dissect next. But that's about it for this episode. Tune in next time to see which Pokemon we're drawn to next, right here on Drawn to the Dex. See ya!